Senior Pausek, Dr. Muhammad Faishal Ibrahim.
Chairman, I thank members for their valuable suggestions and support for MSF's work. Allow me to start with a few words in Malay. Kami di MSF committed untuk berusaha sama demi memperbaiki kehidupan rakyat Singapura. Salah satu tumpuan utama ialah memastikan setiap anak mempunyai permulaan hidup yang baik. Kanak-kanak adalah masa depan kita. Pendidikan prasekolah membantu membina kecerdasan, kemahiran belajar dan bergaul dengan kanak-kanak lain serta keyakinan diri dan berdikari. Kami akan teruskan usaha untuk memastikan khidmat pembangunan awal kanak-kanak termampu dan berkualiti serta lebih mudah diakses. Matlamat kami ialah untuk memastikan setiap kanak-kanak mendapat permulaan yang baik untuk berjaya dalam hidup. Di antara usaha-usaha yang telah dilaksanakan termasuk pembiayaan bagi sesetengah pengendali prasekolah untuk menawarkan program-program berkualiti pada kos yang termampu. Kami juga menyediakan subsidi buat ibu bapa. Keluarga berpendapatan rendah menerima subsidi paling tinggi dan dari itu perlu membayar yuran hanya beberapa dolar sahaja sebulan. Kami sedang menyemak semula sistem subsidi prasekolah agar ia lebih dimampui ibu bapa. Sementara semakan ini diteruskan, saya gembira mengumumkan langkah MSF untuk memberi subsidi lebih tinggi kepada ibu-ibu yang sedang mencari pekerjaan dan perlu meletakkan anak mereka dalam pusat penjagaan terlebih dahulu, atau mereka yang tidak dapat bekerja kerana menjaga anak kecil. Kami juga akan tetapkan tahap subsidi yang diterima buat jangka masa lebih lama tanpa perlu disemak setiap tahun. Kami harap peningkatan ini akan memberi keluarga lebih kepastian dan ketenangan fikiran. Dengan peningkatan ini, lebih 5,000 keluarga yang akan raih manfaatnya mulai 1 Mac ini. Dengan adanya lebih sokongan untuk keluarga melalui langkah-langkah tersebut, saya menyeru lebih ramai ibu bapa untuk mendaftarkan anak-anak mereka di prasekolah. Pastikan anak anda mendapatkan permulaan yang baik. Dalam kami berusaha untuk mempertingkatkan khidmat prasekolah, ada di antara anak-anak kita yang memerlukan lebih pertolongan. Untuk kanak-kanak kecil yang berkeperluan khas, intervensi awal adalah kritikal untuk membantu mereka mencapai potensi sepenuhnya. Kini, pemerintah menyediakan subsidi bagi program-program intervensi awal untuk membantu kanak-kanak berkeperluan khas. Mulai 1 April ini, kebanyakan keluarga akan membayar yuran lebih rendah, iaitu pengurangan 30 hingga 70% untuk khidmat intervensi awal. Lebih banyak keluarga juga akan membayar sebanyak $5 sahaja. Mulai bulan Julai, kami juga akan meningkatkan program intervensi awal untuk lebih bersesuaian dengan keperluan anak-anak kita. Sebagai contoh, kanak-kanak dari program intervensi awal, bayi dan kanak-kanak atau IPIC yang mencapai progres yang mencukupi boleh mendapatkan intervensi awal di prasekolah mereka tanpa perlu ke pusat intervensi awal. Peningkatan ini dijangka akan memanfaatkan sekurang-kurangnya 4,500 kanak-kanak setiap tahun. Pengerusi, saya telah berkongsi tentang usaha kami demi memberi permulaan hidup yang baik untuk semua kanak-kanak. Izinkan saya bacakan serangkap pantun. Naik LRT di stesen Fajar, hendak pergi zoo di Mandai. Sejak kecil dididik, diajar, bila dewasa nescaya pandai. Saudara-saudari, marilah bersama kami dalam perjalanan ini demi menjana masa hadapan yang lebih baik untuk kita dan generasi masa hadapan. Terima kasih. Chairman, in English, please. Chairman, quality early childhood development builds strong foundation for life. My ministry strives to give every child a good start. Since National Day Rally 2012, we have significantly enhanced access to affordable and quality preschool. We want to assure members that the government is committed to making preschool affordable. Expansion of anchor and partner operator preschools, as well as MOE kindergartens, ensure that supply of affordable preschool services. In addition, the government provides subsidies to help defray the fees borne by parents, especially those from lower income groups. Last year, Minister Desmond Lee shared that we are further reviewing preschool subsidies. While this review is still ongoing, we will begin to enhance operational processes to improve access to preschool subsidies. We agree with Mr. Louis Ng and Ms. Antia Ong that we can do more to address preschool affordability concerns of non-working mothers. Therefore, I am pleased to announce that EGDA will provide more subsidies to non-working mothers who are looking for work or who are unable to work because they are caring for a younger child. Mothers like Madam Lee Seok Hong will benefit from this. A mother of 2 children, Madam Lee cares for her younger child at home while her elder child is enrolled in childcare. Based on our prevailing rules, Madam Lee may qualify for 300 basic subsidy for her elder child until her younger child turns 18 months old. With our enhancement, Madam Lee will receive 300 basic subsidy for an additional 6 months until her younger child turns 2 years old. Depending on her household income, Madam Lee may also be eligible for up to $440 of mean-tested additional subsidy. Mothers who are looking for a job will also benefit from our enhancement. Under our prevailing rules, a job-seeking mother may qualify for 300 basic subsidy for 3 months. With our enhancements, she will receive $300 basic subsidy and up to $440 of means-tested additional subsidies for 6 months. We hope this will give mothers greater peace of mind to secure a job. To Mr. Ng's query, non-working mothers can consider enrolling their children in kindergartens, which are generally more affordable than childcare services. For instance, today median monthly fees are $171 for kindergartens and $856 for childcare before subsidies. And with the Kindergarten Fee Assistance Scheme, or KIFAS, the out-of-pocket cost for low and middle-income parents who enroll their children in anchor operator or MOE kindergartens is a few dollars a month. I'm also glad to announce that EGDA will give parents greater certainty on the amount of childcare subsidies they will receive. EGDA previously verified the working status of mothers annually. From this year, this will be performed at fixed points in the child's preschool years, which may be up to 2.5 years apart. The longer time frame between EGDA's reassessment will give families more certainty on the amount of subsidies they receive, even if parents transit between jobs or take on caregiving responsibilities. Through this enhancement, more than 5,000 households like Madam Lee's will benefit every year, starting from 1st March this year. Mr. Leon Pereira asked for an update of the Early Childhood Development Centres Act, which came into force from January 2019. This helps drive better standards across the preschool sector. Since 2015, EGDA has been engaging preschools to prepare for the Act. All childcare centres are already licensed under the Act. Kindergartens, which are new to the licensing regime, have been provided another year to apply for a license. We understand that no preschools has had to close due to the Act. In fact, closures of preschool have remained consistently low over the past few years. Dr. Lydia Neo, Mr. Darrell David, and Mr. Angwin Ang Hinki asked for an update of the Early Childhood Industry Transformation Map, or ITM. Many preschools have implemented initiatives such as technology services, centralized services, and demand aggregation. These solutions help to free up our educators' time from administrative work so that they can focus on nurturing and teaching the children. The Early Childhood ITM also aims to ensure that workers in the EC sector are well taken care of at their workplaces. In particular, we hope to do more for our mature workers and enhance their career longevity. I am pleased to announce that ECDA will be collaborating with the Health Promotion Board to commission an occupational health and safety assessment. They will appoint a panel of experts this year to holistically examine the well-being of preschool staff, as well as recommend job redesign and workplace enhancement. At the heart of quality early childhood development are our early childhood educators. We will press on to attract, develop, and retain capable and passionate educators. The National Institute of Early Childhood Development will begin training its first batch of students in its full-time diploma in early childhood development and education from April 2019. I'm also happy to announce that ECDA will soon introduce an enhanced center management system, or CMS. The CMS will interface with all preschools and improve existing processes such as license application and subsidy administration. With CMS, preschool administrators and parents will enjoy greater convenience. For example, through automation, preschools will have less data entry and no longer need to retain hard copies of birth certificates and NRICs for subsidy applications. Parents will be required to fill in just one form to apply for subsidies and financial assistance. This will smoothen the application process for about 20,000 new families annually, and half the time spent on subsidy applications. Ms. Sylvia Lim asked about the Kickstart pilot. Kickstart supports parents to ensure that their children benefit from nurturing relationship, holistic child development, as well as a secure home environment. We are encouraged by the feedback that we have received so far. Children are speaking more and their social skills have improved. Their parents feel better supported in their parenting. We will continue to closely assess Kickstart and study the viability of scaling up. Even as we continue to enhance preschool services, some of our children will need an extra helping hand. We agree with Ms. Rahayu Mazam that for young children with developmental needs, early intervention, or EI, is valuable and helps them achieve their fullest potential. Mr. Pereira asked about preschools and children with development needs. Today, there are 550 preschools offering the learning and development support programs, catering to children with mild developmental needs. We understand that insurance coverage for operators is not a barrier to enrollment. There are insurers which offer group insurance coverage to preschool without distinguishing between the development needs of their children. Earlier this year, Minister Desmond Lee announced our plans to make EI services more affordable. From 1st April, EI fees will be reduced for most families, with reductions averaging between 30% to 70%. From July, we will also progressively offer enhanced programs that are better tailored to the different needs of children as they develop over time. Let me share how this will benefit children like 6-year-old Elijah Lim. Elijah was one of around 700 children who participated in our pilot of enhanced program. He used to receive intervention at an EI center twice a week, in addition to attending preschool. After making progress, Elijah transited to receive intervention in his My First School preschool, where his speech therapists and preschool teachers worked together to help him gain greater independence and confidence. Elijah is now settling in well in a mainstream primary school. His preschool friends also benefited from being in a more inclusive place for learning. Elijah's family appreciated the convenience of not having to shuttle between his preschool and EI center. During our 2-year pilot, many other families and children gave positive feedback. I'm optimistic that even more will benefit as we expand this offering. May I assure Ms. Rahayu that we will continue to refine our EI services by learning from international best practices, building new capabilities, and enhancing standards. We will work with our partners to continually improve so that every child in Singapore can have a good start in life. In our society, we aspire to provide opportunities for all. In MSF, the Office for Women's Development, or OWD, was set up as the national focal point on gender policy matters and for international cooperation pertaining to women. There has been much progress in these areas, but we believe more can be done. The OWD champions the crucial roles that women play in our society. Ms. Rahayu, Ms. Ong, and Prof. Fatima Latif asked about how we can advance the representation of women on boards of organizations. Doing so not only helps women to advance, but benefits organizations as well. To me, it is a win-win outcome. This work is spearheaded by the newly formed Council for Board Diversity, or CBD. The CBD takes over from the Diversity Action Committee and will take on a wider scope. The representation of women on boards of top 100 primary listed companies on SGX had increased from 7.5% in end 2013, before the DAC was constituted, to 15.2% at the end of December 2018. This is a good achievement. DAC has also suggested changes to the Code of Corporate Governance, which came into effect from January 2019. This code requires companies to disclose their broad diversity policies, objectives, and progress. We should see benefits from this in the coming years. The CBD will continue to encourage companies listed on the Singapore Exchange to put more women on boards, but will also engage people and public sector organizations. Currently, we have 23% women's participation on statutory boards. We are confident that the CBD can build on this progress. Prof. Fatima also asked about the progress of board agenda. Their efforts are complementary to the work of the CBD. One of their key initiatives is the SG50 Champions of Change, launched in 2015, which is a network of influential individuals who pledge to support the cause. Ms. Ong highlighted that 20% pay gap between gender derived from a 2017 Value Penguin report. From our understanding, the figures in this report is wider than most international comparison on gender pay gap because of the different base and definitions used. MOM latest data estimates Singapore gender pay gap for full-time employed residents in similar occupation groups at around 10% instead. This 10% gap can be attributed to the fact that women are more likely to exit the workforce earlier or have intermittent patterns of work, reasons such as caregiving. The government's goal is hence to empower women with choices to enter, remain in, or re-enter in the workforce. We want to support women's desire to fulfill both their career and family aspiration. For example, MOM just announced an increase in the work-life grant budget and introduced various other initiatives. This will help job seekers, including women, planning to return to the workforce. It is also critical for families to address gender equity at home. Men, like me, can take on more family responsibilities so that women do not necessarily have to shoulder the lion's share. Ms. Rahayu, Ms. Ong also asked about other initiatives to empower women. The government is committed to working with partners to cultivate a supportive environment for women in the workplace, community, and at home. We also want to ensure women feel safe and protected and to come forward when they are not. In February this year, the Criminal Law Reform Bill was tabled in Parliament for the first reading. The bill will repeal marital immunity for rape. This will allow for all women to be better protected from sexual abuse. To further support women, OWD actively engages the Singapore Council of Women's Organization, or SCWO. SCWO is the umbrella women's organization with over 500,000 women in its 50-member organizations. I am pleased to announce that OWD will introduce a seed fund for SCWO to administer. This will help women's organizations to pilot or scale up women's development programs. More details will be shared by SCWO later this month. SCWO also recently launched a new SCWO Insight series, which brings participants together with women leaders to discuss national issues. The SCWO will also roll out other initiatives, such as celebrating International Women's Day this Friday. On that note, I wish all fellow Singaporeans a meaningful International Women's Day in advance. Chairman, my colleagues and I at MSF will continue to work hard to uplift Singaporeans from all walks of life. We will strive to provide a good start in life for all children. We will nurture a more inclusive society where Singaporeans of all abilities can live well and have peace of mind as we grow older. We will strengthen family ties because we see the family as an important institution of our society. We will support fellow Singaporeans who are facing challenges to get back on their feet. We do all this because we take pride in building Singapore into a nation of opportunities where all can succeed. So, Chairman, we will press on with this important work. We urge all Singaporeans to walk together with us in this journey to build a better tomorrow for all and our future generation. Thank you.